So I was just able to finish the podcast with Joe Evans. He's the real estate portfolio manager for Mountain America Credit Union. They're based out of Utah, but new to the Arizona market. You might have seen them all over ASU Stadium, the Suns Arena, the training facility for the Phoenix Mercury. They've really come into town in a cool way. I was able to attend their ribbon cutting in downtown Phoenix last week, and then right next door to the Mexican consulate. So really cool location, beautiful mural on the side of the building. But ultimately, Joe's story is one that I think a lot of us can identify with. Kind of chasing that career path of big titles, big companies, and that didn't serve him the way he wanted it to be served, especially when it came down to his personal experience working with the entity that he was previously with. So I understood a lot of what he was saying. It's been a lot of my journey, kind of felt the same. And I think a lot of you will be able to identify. So sit back, enjoy, and let me introduce you to Mr. Joe Evans. I'm Stephanie, a mother, a pilot. I don't know. Am I trying to say the same thing or just talk? Welcome to the Wisdom and Wealth Podcast, where the stories you don't hear are the ones that matter most. I'm Stephanie, a mother, pilot, and commercial real estate professional with deep roots in Arizona. I was an entrepreneur at 24 and sold my first business at 27, and I've been navigating commercial real estate ever since. We are going to be sitting down with some of the biggest names in business around the Phoenix metropolitan area, as well as community leaders and nonprofit organizations that are continuing to improve our community. I'm very excited for the things that they chose to share when they thought nobody was listening. What I've learned in hearing their stories aren't just the struggles and how we overcome them, but really building a network around you of people that know you, trust you, want to help you, and you are trying to give just as much to them as they give to you every single day. And never connecting that relationship to a transaction. It's about the relationships, the connections, and understanding the true stories that shape success. And I hope you find inspiration in the conversations we have. All right. Well, welcome, Joe Evans.
Well, thank you.
Vice President, Real Estate Portfolio, Mountain America Credit Union. How'd you get that role?
Well, I started out at the credit union actually as just a loan officer. I was the guy, you walk in, you open a checking account, a credit card, a car loan, a home equity line of credit. But then I had a passion for real estate, so I went and got my real estate license.
Okay.
And then I also did a master's of real estate development at the University of Utah.
Okay, so is it MRED?
Yeah.
We have at ASU, same idea?
Yep, MRED, yep.
And then did you find, so a lot of people go through real estate school and that they really struggle actually learning real estate. I don't know about the MRED program, but when you came out of both of those programs, did you actually feel like I know how to do the job that I need to do for the credit union?
Absolutely not.
Really?
Yeah. So it took me about a year out of college to land a job. And for a minute there, I actually went and did commercial loans for a commercial broker. We were just kind of giving out, we would work with clients and try to find them the best lending possible. It's almost like a freelance financier. But I did that to try to gain education experience to become a commercial loan officer at Mountain America.
Okay.
But then a position opened up in the corporate real estate department. And I went to the interview and I said, hey, I have this degree, I have this passion, but I don't have the experience. Will you take a chance on me? And they did.
Who taught you? Who got you over that hump of like, this is what I actually need to do?
You know, there was a lot of learning mistakes my first year as far as maybe just a lack of understanding of what the credit union's vision was for where we wanted to grow our branch portfolio in both Arizona and Utah. I spent a lot of the first year actually going through the clearance rack, I call it. I was actually looking at second-gen banks and financial institutions. Maybe a bank had been there and then they closed. It's like, oh, this is easy.
Way easier build out.
Yeah. And then they're like, well, actually, that's an older building. It's not, attractive on the outside. It's not going to draw our customers in. There's a reason the other bank left that spot. And so then they hired my boss. His name's Eric Corbin. And he had been doing it for 10, 20 years. And he kind of just, even though he was my supervisor, he was also my mentor. He took me under his wing, really said, hey, I think this is the direction the credit union's headed. And so once I caught that vision and he, gave me the training and education and tools and believed in me, then it really kind of just flourished from there.
Isn't it interesting? Like there's always that one person, like there's always a learning beyond that, but there's always that one person that gets you enough that you go, I can hold a conversation. I know what I need to now know. I have a base knowledge. And that person is, and you think back on the things that they taught you, it's probably not that monumental, but for the bump it took you over, it was everything.
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 Yeah. It just unlocked vision and unlocked my confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then once he kind of guided me, but not in a micromanaging way, but just in a loving, nurturing, hey, this is the way we should do things. This is what I expect out of you.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just really kind of made things happen. And
Yeah.
that was about 7 years ago. I even took a brief detour. I got lured to Texas for a job to be their global real estate manager.
Okay.
For publicly traded companies. That was actually a lot of lease negotiations because most publicly traded companies will lease their offices. So I had about 100 properties globally that I had to manage their, lease renewals, relocations, and then COVID hit. So we really just spent 2 or 3 years closing every office we could because
nobody's going into a branch.
Yeah.
So 2 questions for you. I have an opinion about leasing versus purchase and sale.
Sure.
Did you feel the difference? Because, and I'll spoiler alert, that I feel like a purchase and sale is so fun. Like there's an opening date, there's a escrow, there's a negotiation, there's a closing, it's ours, keys, and leases just live forever.
Yes.
And they're a ton of work, but they just live. They're a living document.
Yeah, it's a document. And I learned that I actually did not like office leasing. It wasn't my passion, and doing it during COVID, all we were doing was decommissions. So a lease would come up, the CFO and the CEO would say, hey, we need to close this, our employees are home, we got to save these rent costs on the books. And so I spent 3 years closing offices. When I started, we were at 100 offices, and by the time I left, we were down to 60.
And you had the opposite vision going into it. You were going to globally grow.
Yeah, like I thought we were.
And now you domestically close.
Yeah, and I thought I'd be traveling to Budapest to open up offices, and I negotiated leases in Singapore and Dubai, but then I ended up just closing offices in Chicago at the Sears Tower. And
this is not what I signed up for.
It was so depressing, and nobody was in the office. So even if you're trying to close an office, nobody could come help. So I was like managing it by myself. Like,
what do I do with all these pieces of paper
and the furniture?
Yes, I was thinking that too. The furniture. What did you do with it?
Sometimes we call those that 1-800 college hunks, and they just bring these college kids in and chuck it. And then
there's no resale value for commercial furniture, and it's so expensive.
It's so expensive to buy.
Yes,
hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of furniture, and then when you go to sell it, nobody wants it, and it goes to landfill. You're like, oh my god!
I have thought about this at length. That I'm like, somebody's got to disrupt that.
Yes,
there's got to be something. Because it's astronomically expensive.
Yes.
And it's not even like there's an option. There's 0 options that I have found anyways.
No, I mean, we've tried to donate office furniture from cubicles and things from places we closed. Schools won't take it because unless you pay to get it set up. Nonprofits won't take it because they can't even afford to move it. Set it up. So it's
a thing.
It's a burden.
Yeah.
But the office culture we live in, that's where I spend 40 hours of my week is sitting at a desk that was provided by some office salesperson.
So second question, publicly traded. How did you like working for a publicly traded company?
I didn't. I mean, it wasn't the same as working for a credit union. A credit union's a not-for-profit, but the publicly traded, it was all about the bottom dollar.
Yep.
And, I know you don't work really hard for accolades, but I would sit there and show like, hey, we closed 6 offices this year and saved hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Now next year do the same thing but better.
Yeah.
No good job, no attaboy, no nothing. His shareholders want better now. More.
And so after 3 or 4 years of that, I had the unique opportunity to come back to Mountain America Credit Union.
Yeah.
But I gained a lot of experience in office leasing, office portfolio, and Mountain America owns over 500,000 square feet of office space.
Oh my goodness.
And we use it for employees. We tenant some of it out. We are tenants in other people's spaces, depending on the situation. So I was able to go outside, grow, even though it wasn't a wonderful experience.
Sure.
But coming back to the credit union, I came back even more prepared to lead the team. And we just, tomorrow we're opening our 105th branch in the credit union right here in Phoenix. And it's
105 branches. And are we the first expansion out of Utah, Phoenix?
Let me think. Actually, I think so, yes. So Mountain America Credit Union started 90 years ago in Salt Lake City, Utah. It was a utility company credit union back in the Great Depression. People just pooled money together in a coffee can and said, we're going to kind of create our own little co-op.
Yeah.
And then it grew from, the original 10 or 20 members that worked at the utility company. Now We're over 1 million members across 5 different states. We're in Montana, Idaho, Utah, Nevada, and Arizona. How we got into Arizona is we actually merged with Smith's Food Company. They had a credit union down here, and they were just a small operation. But they were such a small credit union, they kind of got absorbed in Mountain America. And that opened the Phoenix market for us. So
I was wondering what the why was to come down south.
Yeah, it started with grocery store employees, just like we started with utility company employees. Yeah, we had this old branch out on Indian School Road. We got robbed all the time, and now we're ribbon cutting our, I believe, 10th or 11th. I know it's our 10th location in Phoenix tomorrow, 11,000 square feet, right there in Midtown on 3rd and McDowell, right next to Banner Hospital.
Yeah, great spot.
We're excited. It is someone else's building, but we beautified it. We completely remodeled the inside. We did this beautiful mural on the outside that kind of speaks to the culture and the language of the community.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, and we've already bought 10 more that are already in permitting and queue, so we're about to double our branch size in Phoenix.
Why? Why are you doubling down so hard?
We just love the Phoenix market. We feel there's a synergy between us being a Utah-based company, also the Arizona people down here. They've just really embraced the vision of what Mountain America stands for, how we can be involved in the community. We see a lot of potential down here, absolutely.
It's interesting that you're going brick and mortar, because for so long we heard, the banks were consolidating. Do people really need to walk into a bank? You can just open a new bank account on your phone and transfer money. Like, why the brick and mortar strategy?
Sure, and that's what drove me back to the credit union. I wanted to be a part of a company that was growing, as far as brick and mortar, versus closing offices. And our CEO, Sterling Nielsen, he firmly believes in the branch model.
Yeah.
If you drive around Utah, you'll notice, Utah has a high concentration of credit unions. Credit unions help people save money. People in Utah like to save money. We want to bring that down here to Arizona. But sometimes at the Big Four, you are treated like a number.
Right.
And in a credit union, we want that. And most people down here use banks, but we want them to experience that credit union feel. You come in, you open an account. Our loan officers, and as someone who started as a loan officer, we are trained to save people money. When you open an account, we'll do a full financial assessment.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we just sit down and we say, hey, we noticed on your credit report, you have a car loan over at a different financial institution. For our calculations, you might be paying 70% on that car loan. If you bring that car loan over here at 4, 5, 6%, you will save $5,000 over life alone and $50 a month on your car payment. So we do a full analysis. We ask questions.
It's amazing.
We want to know your story, where you came from, educate. We're really big in financial literacy. We work with a partner with a lot of groups on teaching people just basic financial knowledge that sometimes you don't get in public school.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You learn how to square dance, and you learn a lot about geometry that you forget about the second you look at the door.
Exactly.
But you can't balance a checkbook.
or understand interest on a credit card versus. They do teach those things, but not in a real life situation. At least in my experience growing up.
Yeah.
And to be that person behind the loan desk where someone comes in and you're like, hey, I can refinance all your debt and save you $400 a month on interest, or just in payments. And they look at you and they're just like, oh my gosh. And so then they go tell their neighbor, and then their neighbor comes in and they become a member.
It's all word of mouth, grassroots kind of a thing.
Yeah. And we want it to grow faster here. So we have done some sponsorships, Mountain America Stadium.
Some like rebranding the entire ASU stadium and the Suns as well, right?
Yeah. So we sponsor both.
Just those two little things?
Sun Devils and the Suns. But Mountain America Stadium. We picked a good year to become on the stadium.
No doubt. You got Scatteroo, didn't you?
Yeah, and in Dillingham, you'll have your best football season in 30 years.
You played that one right.
And so I've been bugging people like, hey, we got to open branches while we can capitalize on sponsorship. We actually sponsor the practice facility for Mercury.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So our name's all over their practice facility.
So going high level and low level. Keep it grassroots, and then the 100,000 foot marketing.
Absolutely. And plus, we believe in the WNBA and what they stand for and how they're role models for young girls.
This episode of Wisdom and Wealth is brought to you by Landmark Title, the experts in title and escrow services. Landmark Title brings decades of experience and a commitment to excellence to every transaction. Learn more about how their team can help protect your investments at ltaag.com. Landmark Title, building relationships built on trust. Are you having, from a staffing perspective, especially going brick and mortar, so you're looking for humans,
Correct.
are you guys struggling? I know in a lot of our real estate industries, whether it's brokerage, title, we have this weird gap. We have a lot of really young people that have come into the industry, 20 somethings, and then we have people that are looking to retire, but that gap where, GFC happened and everybody that was 20 to 30 left. Do you guys see that in banking? Or are you having no problems at all, like with that kind of transfer of knowledge?
A lot of our branch staff they are hired of all ages and backgrounds. We're almost up to 4,000 employees in Mountain America. So you have 105 branches. There's about 15 people per branch. But we also have 500 people in our service center.
Oh, wow.
So if our members need, they get fraud on their account, they can call and they can get a human on the phone 24/7. It's not just all about the mobile app. And then we have corporate employees. We have anything from finance to audit to financial planning to insurance to just all sorts of great jobs and growth. And so we find that a lot of our people come in young in the branches. They start as a teller.
But they have so many options.
So many options. Assistant branch manager, regional manager. And then a lot of our branch employees end up going to our corporate office. We have a beautiful 300,000 square foot office building.
Oh my gosh.
New in Sandy, Utah. And it is one of the premier office spaces with one of the best gyms and cafeterias, even a health clinic right in our corporate office where you can go see a doctor or a therapist for as little as $20 a visit with our.
And it's in the building.
Yeah.
That's so U-Haul here in town, their corporate office, they do something similar. Like even like dentist, like anything, right? Like the thing that messes up your whole day, right? Just because you have to get in your car, drive to the side of town, do the thing, try to get back, fight traffic, relog in. To have it in the building is huge for all that preventative type stuff. Oh, yeah. That's real easy just not to do.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So no problem finding that young talent. Where are your biggest challenges? Is it the speed of growth, or where is it kind of hurting?
We've really been in an accelerated growth pattern in the last 15 years. And I think it's, the challenges of where to put people. We are now the 7th largest credit union in the country with over $22 billion in assets. We are also the number 1 SBA lender in the country for credit unions, even bigger than Navy Federal Credit Union. So we really care about small business. So we're the number 1 SBA lender. We do business banking. We help mom and pop businesses kind of get off the ground. Because without our members becoming business entrepreneurs, our goal is to help our members achieve their financial dreams. And if it's opening a business, that's what it is. That's actually how I came to the credit union. I worked at Zions Bank, which was the biggest bank in Utah. And my wife and she wanted to run a doggy daycare.
Oh.
And so she applied for an SBA loan through my employer, Zions Bank, and they denied us and didn't even treat us like they were rude in their denial.
Really?
Not even like, hey, sorry, I can't work. They were just absolutely just treated us poorly. But she really wanted this dream of starting a business with her sister of boarding dogs and caring for other people.
It's a huge business.
Yeah. And this was like in 2011 when the economy was at its slumps. And we called Mountain America because we Googled SBA lenders in Utah. Mountain America popped up. We were not members. We applied. They approved us, and it changed our life. And
that's amazing.
My wife and her sister ran a business for 6 years.
And created your new future opportunity in the process.
Well, I was so impressed by how we were treated at Mountain America. I quit my job at Zions Bank and went and applied at Mountain America, and it changed my whole future.
I don't think the normal consumer of just lending, when we were growing up, you just went to the bank your parents had. So it was one of the big 4. Right. It's like, I am now 18 and I need a bank account. Mom, where do I go? You go to the corner where I always, go to the bank. That's where we go. And I didn't know what a credit union was. When I was 20 years old and looking for a car loan, that was actually how I discovered it. I wanted to just shop.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this other thing over here?
Yeah.
What would you say to that young person that's just going, I know it's Wells Fargo. I couldn't tell you one person's name there, or, one of the big 4. You have no personal connection to it whatsoever. What would you say? Like, what would your advice be?
I would say walk into a Mountain America credit union, experience the in-person brick and mortar experience, going to one of our buildings. They're beautiful. They're warm. They're not like the checking account I opened at US Bank when I was 12 years old with my mom. It's a different experience. And every loan officer and every teller is trained to just ask questions. Find out, what do you need? What's your dreams? You need a car loan. Well, you're 20, you need to build credit. Come get a credit card. We'll teach you how to use this responsibly. We'll teach you how to build credit through a car loan. And because those are the steps you have to take, because the ultimate goal is to be a homeowner.
Yeah.
But you need to build credit and have a credit history and have a good job. And so we plan right at the get-go. Like I remember opening checking accounts for young people and saying, hey, you're 18. Yes, we're going to give you a credit card and we'll make it nice and small. Be responsible.
But use it.
Build the credit. Build your credit. Make your payment on time.
Yes.
Turn on auto pay so you don't think about it on your phone. When you get your paycheck, pay it off. And as you do this over a couple of years, you know, when the time comes for you getting ready to buy a house, you'll be prepared. Yeah. So we every member every time. Selfishly, are you guys expanding into northern Arizona? I hope so. I would love to expand in the Flagstaff. I want to be in like Havasu, Yuma, Payson. I'm looking at, I want to be in Maricopa, Santan, all the growth areas. The growth areas, southeast. Yeah. I say that because as a parent that's just empty nested, you're trying to coach your child from afar, right? You're trying to say, like, I got a credit card application in the mail last night for my oldest. And I'm like, I was about ready to throw it away. And I'm like, wait, I'm keeping it to remind myself. I need to remind him to open a credit card and do the thing. But if you have, a young person far away and there's not one of your branches, it's just like easy mind to go, oh, but there's a big four in their town, they should go there. But can you guys support from afar if you guys aren't physically in that location? I mean, I lived in Texas for 4 years and I did not have a Mountain America credit union and never had an issue. No issue. Did it all on my phone with direct deposit on my mobile. But I recently toured Flagstaff with our great broker, Mark Bramlett. He's the best. So he is the best. And we are definitely starting to look at it. I have to be a good steward of our members' money because that's what builds things in the land in Flagstaff in order to buy a branch. They'll buy a piece of dirt and build a beautiful branch. It's aggressively expensive. I compare it to the Park City. It's kind of the Park City of Arizona. It is. Yeah, well said. So it's definitely on my radar. There's a terrible gas station that I've always wanted somebody to take over. Oh, it's right on the main strip. Please take it down. Okay. Actually, that would be a beautiful billboard. It would. It's been sitting there forever. Yes. It's got to have some issues or somebody doesn't want to sell because that's a great corner. Walkable to the university. I know the exact gas station. We drove by like. Oh, it hurts my soul. I will target that. Please do. Okay. Let me know how I can help. Absolutely. Yeah, and Flagstaff's a great community. My niece went to college up there. Yeah. She loved it. Yeah. So, yeah. It's a great spot. Well, and then you've got all this extensions of Phoenix. So we have a place up there. We call it North Phoenix North because it's an hour and a half. And you're in your mountain house where you can go play with your friends and golf and do all the things. Yeah. So there's like 3 major communities. A lot of people in this town, especially in real estate for whatever reason, have second homes there. Yes. So it would be an additional benefit too. Absolutely. I'm just trying to sell you on it up there. Oh no, selfishly for my kids. I love Flagstaff. I love Sedona. Arizona's just a beautiful place. Yeah. Yeah. Are you gonna move here? I hope so. I mean, I wouldn't hate it. So working in 2 markets, and then I can kind of let us wrap, but working in the 2 markets, what do you see difference? If you were to explain to somebody who landed here from the moon, Utah market, real estate market versus the Phoenix real estate market, what is the big difference and a similarity? I find a lot of similarities. Obviously, there's a temperature difference because Arizona's, very, very hot and Utah's a mountainous state. I think the biggest difference is Utah's kind of landlocked because of mountain water. We have the Great Salt Lake, we have the Wasatch Mountains. You have all the water. We have none of the water. Well, we have water issues too, but yes, because Utah's a high plain desert, but it's cold. It's colder with snow there soon. But because of the mountains and the Great Salt Lake, Utah Lake, it's very it's landlocked. And the beauty of Phoenix is it's not. It takes forever. Like when I drive from my branch in Apache Junction all the way to our branch in Goodyear, that's a haul. And we're building one in Buckeye. And I'm just like, wow. That's a road trip at that point. You're looking at an hour and a half, hour 45. Yeah, and then we're doing one up in Peoria, Lone Mountain Garage, Estancia. And it's like, we make the joke when we drive that up there. We're like, are we halfway to Vegas? Yeah, you stop for gas twice. Yeah, and so. You can't have a Tesla. You never make it. Well, and even Queen Creek, people are now building houses in Santan. Oh, yeah. And beyond. And you're just like, Florence. Wow. Big time. And the beauty of Arizona is it has all the possibilities and remote work and everything else. And people love it here. And just how quickly. And the beauty I love about Arizona is y'all build the roads first. And then you build the neighborhoods. Yes. And that's actually genius. Well, and I really appreciated this recently. I had to travel back to the Midwest and with our huge growth in industrial, it brought a lot more semis on the road that we're not used to. I mean, we were always used to the I-10 having its own fair share,
but we didn't see the mass influx. And people make fun of me because when this all started happening, I'm like, there's going to be too many. There's going to be too many. But Arizona's done a really good job of kind of those workaround freeways and driving the Midwest. It's not. I mean, you are fighting for your life to navigate those semis.
Yeah.
And I really didn't appreciate it until I had to do that. Yeah. And I came back and I'm like, okay, yes, we have our trucks on the road, but it felt dangerous, to drive like that. So I really appreciated the roads going first.
I don't know how ADAR plans it, but it feels like, you have the 101, the 202, then the 303, and all these extensions. It just seems like, I know Phoenix traffic can be terrible at times, but you can just live in Queen Creek and enjoy your life.
Mm-hmm. You have that choice.
Yeah.
And you have access to the city. If you don't want to navigate, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do love that.
And I think people love that, and it's great to raise a family. And, it's pro-business here in Arizona. So, and just really good people.
How's ASU football going to fare this year?
I think they'll get a bowl game. They should have beaten Texas last year in that game. And it was so good to see, like, I've been to 2 ASU football games the last year. Both times the students rushed the field. I saw them beat Texas Tech in that massive upset. And it's just the energy and
it gives me goosebumps. Yeah.
And it's something that ASU football hasn't had for many years. And to see that excitement and the energy that the coach brings to the team,
100%.
Everybody's vested, and Mountain America just happened to be a part of the experience, and great timing for us.
Yeah, thank you for supporting them. We need it.
Absolutely.
And thank you for doing this with me today too.
Thank you.
Of course. All right. Yes. Anything else you want to add?
No, just really appreciate our partnership with Landmark Title. We are expanding our branch portfolio, and we enjoy our partnership with you and helping us secure these great properties.
Fix all the problems.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in today. I hope the conversation was inspiring for you. I hope you got a few laughs out of it and learned a thing or two. Please like, subscribe, and love you. See you next time. Navigating the streets, y'all. I'm a mom.